blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time. That's my girl right there. Alrighty, dighty. Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday once again, and we are here at Crazy Carla's Concoctions.
And I'm already drinking. Salutations, Earthlings.
Yes, indeed.
How was your day, Troy?
It was fantastic.
Yeah?
It was more I'd have to tell you off the record, but it was good stuff. Yeah.
Hey, I love a fantastic day. I had a good day today. I'm still in training on my new job, so my brain be like this when I get off of work. I'll be like, oh my God, so much to learn. But I love it. I love it. The place where I work at now is just so different from where any place I've ever worked before. So it's just like
a lot of new information.
Yeah, it's a lot. And the weather in North Carolina is beautiful today. We got up to 80 degrees with a breeze. I mean, I know in Florida it get hot, but are y'all still like, how is it down there right now?
It was beautiful outside. It was warm, but it was beautiful. Sun was out. I don't even remember seeing really any clouds, but it was just a bright day.
I'm coming down there. I'm going to come down there. Just pull the cot out for me. I'm going to come down there. No doubt. I keep saying that I'm coming down there, okay? Now, really, I got to tell your boy now, my brother moved to Dallas, so.
You can go see the Prez and DJ
see my folks, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yamasani's in Texas also, so.
Yeah, I love him.
Yep.
That's my boy.
So everybody is down there.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that's dope. So before we get into the guests, you know what we do. We pay bills up in here. Hold on a second. Well, it's Dizzy. Hey, we're having a great night.
How are you? I haven't seen you in forever.
Well, she's on the podcast that comes after yours, and that's the one that I run to.
Okay, so I'm going to watch tonight, because usually when I jump off, I jump off and feed my face, but I can feed my face and watch. How about that?
Sure. We appreciate it. We've been having a lot of fun with that podcast because we get real goofy and stuff, but definitely come check us out. We would love it.
Okay, thank you, Emily. All right.
So let's go ahead and pay some bills. Let's go ahead and take care of the sweetest lime.
Sweetest lime, Micaiah Mitchell. You see it. You see my hair. I mean, that's it. Walk a billboard. She always keeps me lovely. She keeps everybody lovely. She starts locks. She does color. She does perm. She does natural hair. She does makeup. She's a therapist. She's my therapist. So, I mean, she can cook. All the things, right? Okay. Right. So listen, if you want your hair done and maintained and healthy, repeat after me, healthy. Because not everybody who can do hair can keep your hair healthy. It's something that's something different, and she really cares about the health of your hair. So you should go see her, right? So if you want to find her, she's here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. She does make house calls though for the right price. She drives to Charlotte every week for different people. which is only like an hour away for you all out there in podcast land. So you can call her at 336-734-3307. You can find her at The Sweetest Line on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. And she's on Facebook under Micaiah M. Mitchell. And the most important thing when you call her and book her services, tell her Carla sent you. Okay?
Yep, girl. Yes, indeed. And the next thing? Intuitive Readings by Myra.
Yes, just that. Intuitive Readings by Myra. No, she's not a fortune teller or anything of that. She's an energy coach. And when I tell you, if you get a reading from her, be ready. Ain't that right, Troy? Be ready.
No doubt. No doubt.
Spirits will put her right up in your business and you will be like, what? Okay. So when you reach out to her, you can call her 336-480-1653. She's also online. So her website is right there, intuitivereadingsbymyra.com. She can do virtual for those of you who are not here in North Carolina. Hey, check her out on those that are in North Carolina and just don't want to drive. So however you go see her, make sure you tell her Carla sent you. Okay?
Yes, indeed. And tonight we have an actual special sponsor that we're working on, and I'll let Miss Carla talk about this part right here.
Okay, so let me just tell y'all, I'm so excited that he's one of my sponsors. This is Mr. Paul, and this right here is the New Heights Jerk Authentic. Now I got the hot and spicy because I got a hot mouth. This is jerk barbecue sauce, y'all. Now let me tell y'all about this. He has mild and he has hot and spicy. But I promise you, it's not just for meat. You can put this on. I put it on my vegetables. I put it on everything. I dip my chicken nuggets in it. I mean, whatever, honey. And when I tell you it's the best tasting stuff, I made some chicken for Thanksgiving, and my family was in there licking the sauce out of the pan. Now, what? Now, you know you showing out when they licking, going in the kitchen and licking, getting and slapping their fingers through the pan when the chicken gone. What's going on, Mr. Paul? What you got in here? What you got in here? So listen, get the sauce at blastmusic247.com. That's how you get the sauce. And right now, it's what? $12 with shipping and handling.
That's included. Yes, indeed.
Listen, you better get you a bottle. This is real. He makes this. And when I tell you, you will, baby, you'll thank me. That's what I'm going to tell you. But when you do, tell him Carla sent you. Okay? All right.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Let me just say this real quick. Emily said she's going to listen to this for a while I get ready. Carla's always awesome. Troy's kind of cool, too.
Oh, thank you so much, sugar. Thank you.
And Miss Sophia said good evening.
How are you?
So we have a good amount of people coming in. Love it. All right, let me get rid of this banner. I apologize.
No, you're good.
All right, so tell us about your guest we got tonight.
So tonight's guest, I've been trying to get her on here for the longest, but she's busy. She's popping. You understand? She is popping out here in this, substantial, phenomenal woman streets. Listen, I have none other than the T-H-E-E-E-E-E Tayamika Mabry. Okay? When I tell you this woman draws, paints, makes jewelry, makes journals, her art is phenomenal. I showed one of my friends her art and she bought a piece from Tayamika. Tayamika just had, well, we're going to talk about that. Listen, you got to meet her. To me, she's one of the most special people that I know. She's just so sweet, and her spirit resonates through her work. So it's Women's Month. Happy Women's Month, everyone. And so this month, I purpose to have nothing but phenomenal women on this podcast. And so here we go. We are kicking down the door with Miss Tayamika Mabry.
Yes, indeed.
Hi, darling. How are you?
Ladies.
Good.
Thank
Y'all
you,
go to do
Troy.
your thing. I'll see.
All right. Appreciate you. Okay, now I can breathe. Hi, Sophie. How are you? Hi, Mike. Look, you can speak to people. Y'all come on in. Look, we already drinking and everything. Listen, I got my concoction. This is BU. Let me see. Can y'all see that? BU Riesling. And it's got a bee on it. And what I like is, look, it's got a bumblebee on the cap. Y'all, I don't usually drink white wine. Little known fact. I drink Moscato, but sometimes I'll drink Riesling if it's sweet enough. And it's not sweet. I don't like sweet wine except for Moscato. I do like a sweet Moscato, but not too sweet. But this is good, okay? He said he got, what you drinking, man? I've been typing out here. Tamika, what you drinking?
I got some Crown Peach. I didn't have any wine, so I had to dip into
my kind of girl. No, this
liquor.
is Crazy Carla's Concoctions. You can drink whatever you want to on here. Hey. That's why we love it, right?
Yeah.
So it's Crazy Carla's Concoctions, and we don't never know where it's gonna go because we be just sipping and talking, right? So, honey, we done cried on here, laughed, fell out, all kind of stuff. Girl, one night we was drinking Snoop Dogg, and by the time I got to the bottom of the bottle, boy, it was a whole different show. You know? I messed around and drank Snoop on the empty stuff. I know better than that. What's wrong with me? But yes, this is what BU, and I'm gonna tag them in this post. BU Riesling, and it's on sale at Food Line for $8.99.
I'm gonna have to try that.
If you in North Carolina, go get you some. So, Taya Mika, girl, you've been doing it up. You just had you just tell the people what you just finished doing.
You talking about the WRAL?
Yes. Hi, Michael. Welcome.
Hey. WRAL had a big night in for the arts in Raleigh, and they interviewed me for it. So I got a little cameo on TV last week. So that was really cool.
So behind you is some of your work, right? Is that what you're working on now? Did you finish it?
I'm working on this one. It's not done yet. Trying to decide about this background, but that's what's in progress. It's actually think about the chakras.
Yes, so ma'am. That's what I thought when I first looked at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the red, orange, green, yellow, and the blue, purple, indigo at the top. So that's where I'm going with it.
And some nice old juicy lips, honey. I
love me some juicy lips.
Oh, me too, girl. Okay. Me too. That is all right. So you're an artist. For those of y'all who don't know, she's an artist. She can literally, Taya Mika can literally, I've done events where she's on stage painting while we're doing whatever we're doing. And at the end of the show, she'll have painted a whole masterpiece.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I am so in awe of you. And I tell you this all the time. And I remember when Maine told me you were his fiance girlfriend. I said, oh, she dope as hell. He said, I know it. Listen. He said, I know it. Listen. I said, because baby, she is it. Y'all are perfect for each other. Oh. So, first question, where you from and where you at?
I am from Reedsville, Burlington. Oh. Like I was, born in the Reedsville area.
Okay.
Went to high school in Burlington, and
North Carolina. Because make sure, because we all over the world.
Yeah, because Burlington is everywhere, ain't it?
Well, we just have to tell people,
And I'm currently in Mebane, North Carolina. I spent a lot of time in Greensboro, Durham, Winston-Salem, and Raleigh. I spent a lot of time in those places, but actually live in Mebane.
Okay, and Mebane is right next
It's
to
like in the
Burlington, right?
middle of all of that. It's like in the middle of Winston and Raleigh, in the middle of Greensboro, Durham. It's kind of close
Yeah.
to Chapel Hill, right outside of Burlington. Yeah,
Okay,
so
yeah,
it's,
my
it's a
cousin
good
lives in
location.
Mebane. My cousin
Huh?
lives there too. My cousin,
Oh,
she's from
okay.
Burlington.
Okay.
Her name is, Tajon Poteet. It's a lot of Poteets. She's a Poteet.
I don't.
So, well, that's my cousin.
Okay.
And a lot of people there know her mom because her mom has had a hair shop there for like forever.
Okay.
So, yeah. But that's my Uncle Tyrone's daughter. Hey, Tajon, shout out because she watches my show. Um, so second question. I always ask. I already know the answer, but I always want people to understand what they're dealing with. What's
Okay.
your zodiac sign, Mama?
I am a Libra.
Girl, you know I love Libras. That's
Hell,
why I like you so much. And you know what? That's why you were perfect for Maine. Because, we feisty. Us Leos is kind of
yeah, he
feisty.
was a Leo. We definitely balanced each other out. He had all that energy and spunk, and I was, the calm, laid back, and we definitely
Yeah.
balanced each other out.
But you do too, but just in a different way. Libra energy is like simmering energy. I tell people that. Now, when y'all get crunk now. Because my sister's a Libra, October the 2nd.
Uh-huh.
And I love Libras because Libras are pretty much one of the few signs that I will listen to and calm down for.
Uh-huh.
Y'all know how to talk to us. You know how to talk to the crazy in us. I don't know. I call it the Leo whisperers.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I love that. I love that.
We
So
see
the
both
first,
sides of the situation and find the middle ground. Yeah, we're pretty good at that.
so did y'all ever used to argue about that? Because sometimes you'll be like, listen, baby, listen. I want you to look at it like this. Because sometimes I'll be like, I didn't ask you to look at it that way.
Me and Maine, we never had an argument. That's the craziest thing. We never argued. And I mean, like, we had some difficult conversations,
Yes.
but we never argued. And I remember he used to joke about it. It was so funny. He would be like, is this it? Are we really about to have our first argument? Is this it? And I would just laugh like, no, we are not about to argue about this. But
I love it. I love it. Wow. Because if you only, girl, listen. You know what? I've dated a few Libras, and I could say, yeah, no arguments. And it's really weird how I think your communication skills are very high par. That's what I'll say. And you will talk stuff out whether I be wanting to or not. So, and that's cool because my sister's like that. She just be like, now look, Carla, look. So I love that. That's amazing. So for those of y'all who don't know, Tayamika was engaged to a lovely person. And I say was because he's no longer here with us. But he was one of the dopest poets in the land. And he was a very funny guy. I always told him all the time, I think we were related because he acts just like my family from New York, just like them. And he just was always very encouraging. And I could see, the love he had for you. And he like he would say, I'll do anything for her. And, that touched me for a man to say that, because a lot of men don't talk about their woman out loud and put her on Front Street. But he was like, she changed my life and I love her. Like, oh, where's my man at to do that? But he loved you and you know it more than anybody else, because he showed it to you. So how long has it been since Maine has been gone from us?
It was 2 years in August, so it'll be 3 this coming August. So two and a half. I think February was 2.5 years.
And what I love about you is that you're very transparent about the grief and how you have gone through this whole process of losing your soulmate. And girl, I be reading your stuff sometime and I just be like, you know, because I can only imagine. But you two sewed into each other in ways like I saw how you improved his poetry. And I see how he improved your paintings. So did you stop painting when he passed, or did it kick you into high gear? How did that work for you?
Right after he passed, I did stop for, I'll say about maybe 2 months, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. I stopped. You know, I needed to survive.
Yeah.
But I did stop for a little while, and then after that, once I started painting again, it was nonstop. It was just constantly creating something, just trying to get all of my emotions out in some way, you know, onto the canvas. And when I was painting, I didn't really know, like, I didn't necessarily have a direction. I just knew I needed to get something on the canvas. And then after, it just kind of became something, and it told a story that I didn't even realize I was telling. But I paused for a little while, but then I definitely went into high gear after a couple of months.
Wow, that's amazing. So I ask random questions. Are you the oldest child, the middle child, or the youngest child? Or are you, is it more than 3 of you and you're somewhere in the mix? Where do you fall in your family?
I am the youngest on both sides. So I have 2 older brothers on my mom's side, and I have 2 older sisters on my dad's side. So I'm the baby on both sides.
That's amazing. Oh Lord, you the baby Libra, just like my sister. So that means you spoiled as hell.
I am spoiled.
I already know.
I have no problem admitting that I am spoiled.
But you know what? My sister spoils me, even though I'm 6 years older than my sister. So when my mom had my sister, it was like she had my kid for me or something, you know. And I always tell people that my sister was my first baby. Hey, April. So she really was. And so being the youngest child, you know, your mama be tired when she get to the bottom. I trust it. It's me, I know. When you had the last one, you just be like, hell, all the parenting rules that you had with the other ones, you just be like, baby, I don't give a damn. I just got to get this one up and out. You hear me?
Right.
And I've done that. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. So do you wish your mom had been more strict on you coming up? Or do you feel like, were you her wild child, or how did that work?
Actually, well, since with my mom, since I'm the only girl, I feel like she was more strict on me than she was my brothers.
Oh.
Especially with school and grades, like I had to make straight A's. If I didn't make straight A's, if I brought a B home, I was in trouble.
Now, what sign is your mommy? What's your mommy sign?
What's your mom is a Scorpio.
Oh, hell, girl.
She is a Scorpio.
And they do not fool around. You do what they say. Okay.
No. Yeah.
Bless your little Libra heart. You tried it though, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's like my sister. She, you know, everybody's like, April's so quiet. But she got pregnant with my niece when she was 16. And everybody was like, how'd she get pregnant? And like my grandma, my big mama said, last time I checked, you ain't got to talk to get pregnant.
You ain't got to talk.
Because y'all sneaky. Well, I ain't saying you are, but every Libra I know is kind of sneaky.
Yeah. I was a teenage mom also. So.
Were you? So how old were you when you had you have a daughter, right?
I do. Yeah. I was 17. Was I 17? I was 17 when I had her.
So you were April. April was 16 when she got pregnant with my niece, and she was 17 when she had her. Actually, when she graduated, my niece was like a few months old.
Yeah,
I
she was
remember that
actually
clearly.
due on my graduation date, but she came a week early, so I got to walk the stage and graduate. But yeah,
Wow. So that's so see? Wow, that's amazing. And Libras are so artistic. Now, my sister, she's a massage therapist. She's also a pharmacist. So, she's
Mhm.
multi-talented. She does the things. But her daughter is also an artist like you. And her
Mhm.
daughter's a Scorpio. My niece is
Mhm.
about to have her first baby next month. And my niece has been selling some of her stuff on Etsy. So shoot, she needs to talk to you because I'm like, it's a whole world of people out here who want your art. You'll be surprised.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm very proud of what you've done. Troy, can we show can we show a pic or two of some of her art? I would like for the people to see. So what's this painting here, Taya Mika?
This is a sunflower field. I actually painted it as a submission for an artist call where they were asking for paintings for a hospital, and they wanted to put it in one of the wings to make the people more relaxed or make it more soothing, comforting. And I did not get selected for that, but I painted the picture anyway, so I still have it. It's available.
Ah,
Um, but yeah, it's supposed to be a calming picture, a picture that might give you hope with, the sunflowers and the sunset.
yeah, and it makes you think. Like I'm looking at it now and I'm like, I can see myself sitting out there just thinking about life. Now I'm looking at your other pictures you have up there too. So what's that picture on the right is that a Gemini or what is that?
Which you talking
With the
about
pink lady in the middle?
the crying? That one is called Tear Storm. So it's a face that's crying, and then a woman with an umbrella. Is what that is, and that came
Oh,
from
I see it now. Yes.
yeah, that came from the heavy grieving period that I had when I told you I just started creating it a lot in that short amount of time. It's basically, getting through the grief, shielding myself from my own tears, kind of, but knowing that I'm gonna get through it.
I love it. And I love the way you paint flowers. That white, is that a dahlia? What is that? Is
It's a
that
lily, a
I
white lily.
love that. And of course the sunflowers. I love the way you paint sunflowers. They are,
Yeah,
uh,
I love
you are
painting
just amazing.
flowers.
So do you just paint or do you draw? And then here's this one. This is when you went to Charlotte, right?
Yeah, I was at the Black Girl Art Show in Charlotte. And those are that one behind me is an original. I actually sold that one, and then the others are all prints of the originals.
What's the most anybody's ever paid you for a painting?
So far 1,000 is the highest that I've sold one for. Yeah, I'm trying to get back up above, and sell a little more over 1,000, but I have sold one for 1,000.
Hey, Sean. Sunshine just came on. She said, peace, peace, peace.
Hey.
So when you were at the Black Girls Art Expo, how did that feel being in a room with people like you, like people who just put their soul and heart out there on canvas and all the different things? How did that
Yeah,
feel?
it was very inspiring seeing all the different women and all their different styles of painting. Just to see a lot of Black women coming together and showcasing their talent. Like, it was so much talent in that room. It was beautiful. And I just walked around looking at everybody's, and I'm just cheesing, looking at everybody's, just like a proud mom. And I'm proud
Yeah,
of everybody 'cause
yeah.
it's just incredible seeing that type of work all together in the same space. So they're really doing something great with having these Black Girl Art shows.
Oh, look it. She said she got one of yours. Look, I'm getting mine this year. I'm gonna have her make me a sunflower pic, but I want it to be me as the sunflower.
Okay.
She don't know it yet, but that's what we gonna do. Because I think I'll make a good sunflower. And look at her, she's so pretty. She has the prettiest face, you know. And she's just a beautiful person inside and out. And I think that's why, you know, when everybody just gathered around you because one, we loved him, but we love you also because you were attached to him. And I think that's a beautiful thing that you can be with someone and because they are so loved, you're loved. You know what I mean? Because everybody don't have that, you know?
And I have definitely felt like all the love from the people that you know, was more so his friends that have taken me in kind of, you know, and comforted me, you know, since he passed. So that's been wonderful.
That's wonderful. And Emily said, what's your favorite flower?
I don't have a favorite flower. I love painting sunflowers. They're probably my favorite to paint between them and lilies. I really like painting those. But as far as having a flower, I like all the flowers.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah. Okay, so we're at the halfway mark. Troy, look, you see he sent us a chat. Let me do it.
Just doing my job.
I'm sorry.
You're good. Well, everybody, this is the Blast Artist Spotlight. Decided to bring in my brother from the Ivory Coast of Africa. This is my man Nini Roll, and this song is called Totoman. So let's check it out.
Il faut appeler fort. Yebo wala matoto man, hey. Yebo wala matoto man, wala matoto man, hey. Yebo wala matoto man. Planeli no mi dure, wabi yebo o plan. Sida nyeki siya bole, kuna patri nu we man. Ejian kuna patri nu man, ye kuna patri nu we man. E kuna plane July, ye penye zindu dudo. Yebo wala matoto man, hey. Yebo wala matoto man, wala matoto man, hey. Yebo wala matoto man. Iskeni c'est tout, ida la malin. C'est tout mama. Iskeni c'est tout, ida la malin. C'est tout mama. Qui tout c'est qui coach. C'est plus rapide que la poche. Dans le village on l'appelle Django. Il rend toutes les fautes tempo. Totoman n'a pas de préférence. Totoman fait pas de différence. Libre sans les, oh, voilà mon Django. Oh, voilà mon Totoman. Ah, voilà mon Django. Oh, voilà mon Totoman. Si. Django qui s'est beau, il y a des brins en va. Et kaka pote siarelo, Django kajidolelo. Django si gagné sia ibe, et bono kagure. Gia flasrena, gia mijena. Yebo wala matoto man, hey. Yebo wala matoto man, wala matoto man, hey. Yebo wala matoto man. Iskeni mi c'est tout, ida la malin. C'est tout, ida la malin. Iskeni mi c'est tout, ida la malin. C'est tout, dormi. Iskeni mi c'est Sida mijena, sida flatrena ho. Yebo wala matoto man, hey. Yebo wala matoto man, wala matoto man, hey. Yebo wala matoto man. Iskeni mi c'est tout, c'est tout man. Iskeni mi c'est tout man, c'est tout man. Iskeni mi c'est tout, ida la malin. C'est tout, ida la malin. Iskeni mi c'est tout, ida la malin. C'est tout, ida la malin. Yebo wala matoto man, hey. Yebo wala matoto man, wala matoto man, hey. Yebo wala matoto man. Yebo wala matoto man, hey. Yebo wala matoto man. Wala matoto man, hey. Yebo wala matoto man.
And that is our boy Nini Roll, and that was Totoman. And as you can see, booty shaking is universal.
Baby, I said a Toto must be a bukum. That's what they call a bukum over there, ass, a Toto.
No. Totoman actually is saying player. That's basically what they're saying. Because if you notice, the guy was going from one to another girl. It was just a player. But anyway, if you're an independent artist or a spoken word poet, or even an up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for those that love to hear great music. So you can also register as a fan, and that's at blastmusic247.com. Sign up as an unlimited fan and have access to hundreds and hundreds of independent music. Blast. We are constantly changing the industry one artist at a time. Back to you, lady.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Nene Roll. Thank you. He said he a Totoman. Everybody on there had a big old bunkum. Look, we know about that, don't we, Tamika? We got bunkums too. We got bunkum. Yeah. I can't throw it in a circle like that, no more. Hell, shit, honey. And that thing sound like it'll sound like one of them aluminum pans cracking if I was to be doing all that stuff what she was doing, baby. Honey, she was on the ground doing a split, doing the damn shake your booty. I said, girl, you been on her.
I can't move like that.
Baby, I can for about 3 seconds, but I'm gonna pay for it. I'm like the what's that little song? Slow rolling. Turkey with emotion. That's what I do. I do that. So listen, girl, I love Blast, and that's the fun thing about Blast is everywhere. And so, people will be listening to this on Spotify and Blast, and I think is it Pandora, and all the platforms, and they'll be watching this on YouTube. So it's exciting. The world is finding out about Tayomika Mayfree. Hey. And so before we leave tonight, we're going to make sure that we put up how they can get art from you and contact you so that you can do even more art, sell more art, be in more art shows, because you are phenomenal and you deserve that. You've worked hard. And like I said, you are creative. You create this stuff. And I'm always amazed. It's so crazy. My father could draw. He could draw anything. And that gift did not pass on to me. However, my niece, as I told you, is very that way. But her father was that way too. My brother-in-law, who's passed on, he was a graphic artist. Okay. And he designed a lot of my sister's tattoos. My sister has tattoos. And the one he had was a black mermaid. He had a sleeve with my sister's face on it. Oh. And it was dope. I mean, dope, beautiful. So I just love the fact that, you've come on here, and you've talked to us and whatever. So my next question for you is, what's your next step? What do you plan to do next as far as your art? Because you do more than just paint pictures. What else do you create? Tell the people about that.
My thing is I am always creating something. Right. Whether it is writing something, painting something, drawing something, whatever. I just feel like I'm always creating. Because if I'm not, then I'm missing out on doing something that I need to be doing. So right now I have an artist residency in Hillsboro. I'm actually there now. This studio is a artist residency that I received for the year of 2024, the Black Artists in Residence. So they gave me a studio space so that I can create, for this whole year, which has been amazing. It's been so wonderful, coming here, being able to create. But I paint pretty much whatever comes to mind. I am working on the Zodiac series, which, I see you're into the Zodiacs. So far, I've done Gemini and Aries. I plan to do all of them.
Well, when you do that Leo, that's mine. Just don't even mention
Leo.
mine.
I saved the Leo just because, I wanted to ease into it. I didn't want to do Libra first. I didn't want to do Leo first. I just wanted to kind of ease into it and see, where it takes me. But I know a lot of passion will be in there when I do Leo, of course, because Maine was a Leo, and so I love my Leos. My best friend is a Leo. Yeah. My brother is a Leo. Like, I love Leos. So I'll definitely have a lot of passion in that painting. So I'm working on the Zodiac series. Also, with the artist residency, I will have a solo exhibit in February next year. So I'm working on. I didn't want the Zodiac to be my solo exhibit. So I'm working on something different for that. I don't want to say exactly what that's going to be, but I'll definitely, post works in progress like this one behind me. It'll be part of that. So different things like that. I'll make earrings. I'm always creating some kind of earrings. The thing that really got me into the earrings is when the pandemic hit, and I needed to be creating something, but I couldn't necessarily create like all these huge paintings. So that's when I really started painting earrings, because I had the space for that. Mm-hmm. Painting these big paintings, it takes up a lot of space. So it has helped definitely having this studio space to be able to store some of this stuff. I have created a mind, body, and soul wellness planner. It has helped me through a lot of difficult days, like trying to balance my life as far as work and getting organized with like all the different things I have going on outside of work, but also helping me mentally and physically and spiritually, like just get my life in balance. Of course, as a Libra, I thrive on balance or trying to balance. And so with that planner, I've dedicated like pieces of like each area each day. I try to think of things that I can do to cater to that area, like whether it's going outside to get some fresh air or doing some stretches that day, something to cater to my body that day, drink a smoothie or whatever. And then like as far as my mind, like my work is very I use my mind a lot with my work because I'm a computer programmer by day. So my mind is just going all day, like trying to, keep up with that kind of stuff. And then my soul, of course, is in my artwork. So I try to take time every day to try to incorporate some kind of artwork, some kind of creativity every day. So I have that coming up. I'm working on a coloring book. I have been working on a coloring book, wanting to do a coloring book for years, and I'm finally like physically, logistically making it happen. So that is definitely coming soon. I write poetry. I have a poetry book coming very soon. Like I finally came up with this idea to compile like all of these poems that I've written over the last 10 years and trying to like compile it into a book. Definitely working on a book, about my whole grieving journey. Like, I just feel like I have so many things that are going on simultaneously. I'm making a little bit of progress on each thing, as much as I can so that nothing just falls to the wayside. But it's like, it's not a lot coming out right now, but I'm making progress on everything. So I'm definitely doing a lot. Even if you're not seeing a lot, it's coming.
I am so proud of you. And Melvin said he would love to see your Capricorn painting. Now he loves art too, so okay. I'm sure he would really be into that. I mean, you're just... Girl, I gotta tell you something. When the show ends, I gotta tell you something about the coloring book. You're gonna scream.
Okay.
So I might have something else for you to do this year. How about that? So, I mean, she's just amazing, Sophia. She is really like an amazing person. And then you raise your daughter. So did you have help? Was her father involved? Was it, did it take a village? Because I always like to hear, were you a single mother? How did this work? Because you said you had as a teenager, but that doesn't mean you didn't have a man in the picture. So how was it raising your daughter? And how old is your child now?
Oh gosh. She will be 25 in May.
25. Girl, you look like you about doggone 20 yourself. That's amazing.
My baby is grown.
As hell. Ain't it wonderful? Ain't it good when they get grown? But they still worry you the damn deal. Sometimes.
Yeah, she does. So yeah, I was 17 when I had her. And her father, he was kind of in and out. I'll just say that. He was in and out. He wasn't consistently there. My mom, I couldn't have done it without my mom. My mom.
Girl, thank God for mamas, huh?
I was working full time and going to school. Like during her first 3 years of life, it was work, go to school, and then spend time with her at night, pretty much. So my mom picked her up from daycare and, took her home while I was at work. She kept her. It was a struggle. And so, after that first 3 years, I realized I was missing out a lot. So at that point I had gotten an associate degree. And so I took 7 years off from school just so I could be there with her. And then, after I felt like she got a little older, then I went back to school and got my bachelor's degree. It took a long time, but ended up getting it. But I owe a lot to my mom. She helped me. She still helps me.
Shout out to mommy.
Yeah.
Shout out, mommy. Girl.
She's always there, and I definitely couldn't have done it without her.
I love it. I just love it. I'm getting teared up because I think, speaking for me personally, and you just voiced it, I always feel bad for people who don't have their mother in their corner or their mother there to support them, because I know some people who don't get along with their mothers. I know some people who, mothers passed when they were young, or, along the way when they were in their formative years, and they really had to get out here and struggle because mommy wasn't there. And moms do so much, and you really don't understand how your mama sacrificed until you have your own kid, and then you are like, okay, wait a minute. Okay. All right. I even apologize to my mom, and it's funny, my kids have apologized to me. Hey, I didn't know that it was gonna be like this, but motherhood it's rewarding and it's not rewarding. It's like having 50 jobs and you only get paid for 2 of them. Right? Because you do everything. So shout out to the mothers, those that are here and those that are not here. If your mama is still here, you better love on her, because everybody don't have their mama here to still love on and show love to. Shout out to the grandmas. Shout out to the aunties who play the role of mama. We are important, right? And it's Happy Mother's Month. What's your stance on what they're doing with this abortion bill right now? Because I always just like to ask different women, because some women are for abortion and some women are not. And it's really a personal choice. For me, I feel like men have no right to control my uterus. I feel like they have no right. Whether I believe in the Bible or not, I believe in the Bible very much so. But I don't believe a man has the right, that's my opinion, to control what goes on in my body. Now, how do you feel about abortion? Because I have friends who totally disagree with me.
I agree with that. I feel like abortion should not be a political issue. Like, why is it even a political issue? It's more of a, it's a women's right, to do what they feel is appropriate for their body. I'm like, as a teenage mother, I had people definitely telling me that, you should get an abortion because you have this wonderful life ahead of you. You don't need to have a child right now. And I felt like, it was my choice whether I wanted to keep that child or abort that child. And I made that decision. And that was only my decision because it was my body, and I had to live the next 18, we say 18, but it's been 25 years now. It's the lifetime after that. It doesn't end at 18. So I decided, that I wanted to dedicate the rest of my life to being a mother. And that's my decision, with my body. I don't feel like abortion should be a political topic at all. That's my stance on it.
And Emily said, no uterus, no opinion. And you know what, Emily, I will say everybody's entitled to their opinion. I disagree with that, but I feel like you can have an opinion all day long. But like they say, opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. And it's not your business. You understand what I'm saying? That's the main thing about it. That's not your business. Okay?
And if that's the case, like, vasectomy should be part of the topic too. If that's
can we get into that?
Right. So it takes two. It definitely takes two. And in most cases, if two aren't there, the mother's going to be there. So.
But now let's talk about that. Because I have some male friends.
I do too.
The mamas won't there. Mm-hmm. They decided, hey, I don't want to be a mama. I raised my ex-husband's oldest two children. I call them my children. I didn't birth them, but their mom was getting herself together. Mm-hmm. She was going to school. She was doing all the things, and I had her children. Mm. You feel me? Yeah. And I know, and I mean, she's top-notch people now. I ain't saying she won't be, but you know what I'm saying. I know women who don't take care of their children. Okay.
Lives together. Yeah.
And there are some women out here who you really would be like, well, honey, you should have had an abortion if you're not going to take care of this damn baby. You had a baby and I mean, I've gotten into like with my youngest daughter, when she had Pinky, I was like, what the hell are you having a baby for? You ain't got the sense of a damn baby rabbit having a baby. But as you stated, that wasn't for me to decide.
Exactly.
That was her choice. That was her body, and that was her decision. And guess who my favorite person in the world is right now? And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everything is divine. Everything is divine timing, even the sucky stuff. Yeah. And I think about sometimes I don't understand God. A lot of us don't. We don't understand, like, God, why would you do this? Or, I talk to, for people who don't believe in it, that's your business. But I believe in talking to my ancestors. Mm-hmm. I talk to my dad who's not here. I talk to my grandparents. I talk to my ancestors I don't even know, because I figure they out there listening to me too, I just don't understand things sometimes. But I know that the people before me went through far worse things than what I'm going through. And they made it. And so whenever I see that T-shirt on my ancestors' wildest dreams, I always smile. Because my father was a comedian before I ever was. My father was a musician. He was an artist. but he died from AIDS at 44 years old. And I outlived my father. My father died in 95. No, my dad was 43 when he died.
Wow.
You know, my dad died when I was 21 years old. He died before he got to meet my children and all those things. But I do know that my father has been very present in the lives of my kids, my sister's kids. I feel his spirit all the time. People laugh when I say there's a red cardinal that comes to my back door. Birds don't come up to your door, and it'll sing and dance. And I know it's my daddy, you know. And I tell people who don't believe in spiritual things, listen, God sends us the birds. The birds are here to reassure us. If you look out your door and see cardinals and blue jays and blackbirds, you see these birds just following you. Those are the people who loved you, who aren't here anymore. They are here. And have you had visitation from Maine in bird form yet?
Yes, look, this painting. I wanted to swoop around and show you this painting up here that I did of a cardinal. I have it on my wall in my studio. A cardinal singing in an ear, and it's called Music to My Ears. But that is basically the premise of the painting. Like, they send you messages, they show up. You need to listen to them. Like, I agree and believe with everything that you just said. I see cardinals all the time, and sometimes I see them and I'll say to my daughter, like, did you see that cardinal? She's like, no, I think that was just for you. And it's just mind blowing. Like, I saw it, but she didn't see it because it wasn't meant for her to see. It was a message for me. And I definitely believe that those messages come in all kinds of forms at any time. I look out for them, and they definitely.
Sean, you know who it is. You know who it is. Your mom, your dad, your granny. It's all those people. And I tell people, birds are messengers. I learned that a long time ago. My grandma taught me that. My big mom taught me that. And it's so funny because she would tell me all these things about the birds. And the day my big mama died, I had opened my front door. I was in the kitchen. And a robin literally flew in the front door, flew through the house, and flew out the back door. And I knew that she was going to die that weekend. And she died that day. And I knew it was the bird telling me, okay, listen. She's coming in and she's going through, she's passing through. It's all right. Get yourself together. And that bird helped me to prepare myself for when she really did pass away. I already knew it because the bird told me. So there's so much that goes on in the spirit realm that people don't pay attention to. Yeah. And so, as an artist, I love the artists who catch that stuff and paint it or draw it or speak about it, or, because we walk a fine line out here, So before we go, did we have any more clips, Troy, of Miss Tayamika before we leave out? No, yes.
I think it was just 3.
Just 3. Okay. So he said nope. So tell the people how to find you, Tayamika. Tell the people.
Typesofher.com. That's what my apron says. Types of Her.
Spell it for the people, because people are listening too.
TYPESOFHER.com. Types of Her. I am Types of Her on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Etsy. I do fabric earrings. All of my fabric earrings are on Etsy. I have my hand painted ones on my website, and that's like a whole nother topic of discussion. But some stuff is on Etsy, some stuff is on my website.
Okay.
So yeah, types of her everywhere.
Okay. So y'all support this phenomenal woman. Support her. Buy her stuff. Because it takes money to live, not good intentions. Okay. And you heard her say she's a computer programmer. She uses her mind a lot. Okay. So help a sister out. You know what I'm talking about? Just throw into her if you would, if you will. Taya, Mika, I thank you so much for coming on and just talking to me. See, it was pretty painless, wasn't it?
Yeah. I knew it would be fine with you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I just love you so much. I thank you. I thank God that you're still here and that you are sharing yourself with us. You know, that's major. So until next week, y'all, I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Hang out for 2 seconds, Tommy. I got to tell you something funny. You're going to holler. Okay. So y'all have a great week, and we thank you. Take care.
That's my girl right there.